I want to start talking a little bit about the local teams that we've got, the New York Jets and the New York Giants. The over-under has come out from Las Vegas, and they've got the New York Jets at 5 wins, and they've got the New York Giants at 8.5. Give me your preview for both of those teams, and do you think they can get to those win totals?
Well, I think the ultimate question when it comes to the Jets is where your commitment is in the quarterback position. And from what I've heard, reports is that they are going to go with Hackenberg, and that's the guy that we've been looking forward to seeing. And we haven't seen much. I think last year they were committed to letting the young man learn on the fly and not put him on the field. They want to keep that car in the garage. But that's really where their season hinges. Now, when it comes to the Giants, I believe they're going to win a lot more than that. I mean, you got to have faith in the fact that they've improved on the offensive side of the ball, not just in the draft. I do love the young tight end that they picked up, Evan Ingram, and the D tackle they got from Alabama. But it's more about the offense in the offseason. Brandon Marshall, the biggest free agent pickup of the offseason when it comes to the wide receiver position. The type of commitment that he showed saying, listen, right away, I'm not looking for the money. I'm not looking for the glitz and glamour. I'm not looking to go to the big city and the bright lights. I'm trying to go somewhere where I can help win a playoff game and hopefully, ultimately, win a Super Bowl. So I love the automatic upgrade. And with Eli at the helm, you're going to know that that team is going to be so much better than last year. So 8 games, for me, it's a low shot when you're talking about the New York Giants.
Nate, I'm glad you brought up Eli Manning. So Ben McAdoo actually said, I think it was the combine, that Eli Manning's gonna have to play faster. He's gonna get used to playing in dirty pockets. And Chris and I both made the point that I think Ben McAdoo knows that if he holds Eli Manning accountable, who's more than willing to be held accountable, he can hold the rest of the team accountable. But also, I mean, that offensive line hasn't gotten much better unless Eric Flowers all of a sudden, finds whatever it is he needs to find and becomes a solid left tackle. He's clearly going to be under some duress. I mean, was it? In your opinion, was it more about Eli Manning last year or more about the fact that his offensive line wasn't very good?
It's the offensive line. And listen, I'm never the guy to point the finger and say, here's the position group that is causing this team to not fulfill expectations. But it was an offensive line. And here's the thing about Flowers. I paid attention to him a little bit during the season. But, like I know, being a West Coast guy, New Yorkers are very brash. They're very honest. And I was working during the draft. It was a New York fan who lives in Philly. And the first thing he talked about is Flowers. That was the first thing he wanted to talk about. All the conversation that we had, the first thing he wanted to talk about is if we can get Flowers to play to his potential, we're going to move him and move somebody else in that position that can protect Eli's blind side. We'll be a much better team. So that's an average fan that is very astute on the game, and I'm right there with him. That offensive line has to be stirred up. We know that Eli's not fleet of foot. We know that more than anything, he wants to sit back in that pocket like his older brother and deliver the ball with the best of them in the league. But if you don't give him that opportunity, then you're putting your team in a chance situation where they're not going to be able to be productive at all. Now, if you had a quarterback that was good with his feet and negotiate the pocket, then fine. You can let him do the Russell Wilson thing when the offensive line isn't up to par. But Eli isn't that. More than anything, they're going to have to figure out that offensive line. You can only get rid of the ball so quickly. You can only dump it off so many times. You can only hand it off to your running back core and their running back by committee right now in New York so many times. You have to protect Eli. And if they can do that, then you'll see a much better offensive team.